Want to come along as I reorganize my extra freezer? Well, let me tell you how this came about. I'm Kristen here at Joyfully Thriving, and if you're familiar, you know that I have a stockpile and I love to stock up on good deals and good bargains whenever I find them. I do that in my pantry. It's how I keep our grocery budget low for our family of six. But one of the ways I do that is I also fill my freezer, and I freeze a lot of things, especially meat and baked goods and all sorts of things. Well, this summer's been crazy. We're back to school. We're in those routines. I noticed the Memorial Day meat sales, Labor Day meat sales. I always mix those up. Labor Day meat sales are coming up, and I love to stock up, but I realized my freezer is a mess. I am going to show you guys. This is just completely honest. You can see how crazy it is from, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, last time I showed you in Reorganize. So I thought you might like to come along and just take a look inside. Let me show you how it looks right now, and then I'll go through everything, inventory you, and tell you exactly what is in my freezer right now and what I'm going to stock up on and how I'm going to use what I have in my freezer. Curious to see what it looks like? All right, let me show you. All right, I should have said this is my extra freezer in the back. It's an upright, and I added these locks on the top. It's one of these baby-proof locks, pardon the dust. After our freezer was getting left ajar, I love them. I'll leave the link to it below. It has kept it just from ever opening up on accident. So I really, really love having that. But all right, let's see what's in my freezer right now. In my messy freezer, real life here. Wow, it's definitely full. Lots of things in here. I'll just go kind of down the shelves here, and you can see I have some things, I guess, kind of organized, but you know, I don't know why there's a bag of ice there right now. I think that's from a party. Butter. I don't know how much butter I have left from the last time I stockpiled around Easter. It looks like that still goes 3 back, so at least 24 pounds there, but I should check on that. And originally, I did have kind of, this shelf was like baked goods. You can see some cookies and bread there, tortillas, and then this was my meat shelf, but obviously it is not, and things are falling out. So, all right, let's get to it. I'm just gonna go ahead, pull everything out, get it all sorted, and then I'll talk you through what is in here, and I'll show you how it looks then. Okay, half hour later, I'm back. It never takes as long as I think it's gonna take, but it's just one of those things I put off till all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm just doing it right now. The kids are all playing. It's almost bedtime, so I still have to look at my little freezer, and we'll have to do that another day. But let me show you what I just did inside the freezer. I think you'll agree it looks a lot better. Ready? Okay, let me flip you around. All right, here we go. Opening it up, and ta-da! My freezer is now sorted and a little more organized. Still pretty full here, but let me just kind of talk you what I found and discovered, and then I'll show you quick my rough tallies that I have before we do the other freezers. So I had a little bit more butter actually in the garage. We just have a garage fridge, which is just really drinks and a couple things, but I had a little like ice cream sandwiches, but I kept a little butter in there. So this is all the butter I have left from when I stocked up at Easter. So I have 36 pounds plus like 4 pounds in the fridge. I just take it straight from the freezer to the fridge. Lasts great, never have a problem. Lots of blueberries there, some apple pie kits. I'll leave a link to a blog post. So what I do is I dice up apples and season them here, and then I have some crusts here, and then the apple crumb topping, so I can just go ahead and dump an apple pie together whenever I need it. I still have 8 of those, which I'm not going to make anymore this fall because I have plenty there. And blueberries, I was bummed because I hadn't picked any this year and hadn't found any good deals, but I still have 12 bags, and each of them have 2 cups, so that'll be great for baking. I'm much better on blueberries than I thought. All right, so this shelf now is more, again, the baked goods. I have some cookies there. These are like a chocolate chip shortbread that I'll serve for company, just to have those quick. This is buttered bread that I got on clearance. I went ahead and sliced it. Lots of tortillas. The ice cream bin is sugar cookies back there. Then this is all the ground pork that I've been stocking up on. I just leave it there. And then the back is the diced chicken. Couldn't fit that on the meat shelf. Some tater tots, that's the only French fry potato things I have right now, just that half a bag. Need to stock up more on those. Some chocolate chip cookies. A lot of my cookies are in the kitchen because I'm packing lunches with them every day, so I'll show you that when I show you that fridge. All right, and now this is officially the meat section here and on the bottom. So some of you, if you've been around, my husband got a smoker this summer, backstory, and wanted me to get ribs one day, and I didn't get baby back ribs. I got a different kind of ribs, and I bought spare ribs, and I bought 3 packages, and he was like, I don't want to do those yet. So I have 3 packages of spare ribs, which we need to smoke when we have company, a boneless loin, and a pork butt there again to smoke, and 3 frozen pizzas. But then this is the bulk of my meat. So there's some pork chops, some raw chicken, some raw hamburger, and lots of stacks of hamburger patties. If you've seen my videos on how I freeze meat on hamburger, I like to do it in stacks of patties. So I have a bunch of those, some pork schnitzel or pork tenderloins. There's those boxes from Aldi, and then I have a couple loose here. So that's this freezer now. Looks much more organized. I store a lot of that meat. I package it individually, and then those are the 2-gallon bags. I love organizing things. And you can tell I was organizing because everything's frosted here. But just some frozen concentrates there. Breadcrumbs I've saved from Uncrustables. That's enough to do stuffing right there. Corn, some big ice packs, a little bit of cheese, some sausage puffs I made, just a couple frozen veggies, again some more in the kitchen. But I have 4 packages of these pepper and onions, which I like for quesadillas if I'm doing them for the adults. So that's good to know I have that. This was some brisket that my husband smoked. We'll have that for dinner. It was so good, but I froze some of it. And that's a little raw chicken for fajitas, so I wanted to keep that separate from my other chicken. Some hot dogs, a little bit of extra meat from last time I did every plate. That's why it's packaged like this. This is ground beef, and I think one of chicken already there, and then a sausage. So that's it, but let me go ahead and close this up here and show you the unofficial fancy tally, real life here in the laundry room on the evening. So this is just what I did. I grabbed one of the kids' papers here from our scratch paper and just kind of went through quick. So 36 pounds of butter, 8 apple pie kits, 12 of the blueberries in 2 cups, 3 racks of ribs, 1 pork loin, 1 pork butt. I have 14 packages of raw hamburger. Those are about a pound or a pound and a half if it's raw. I have 10 different stacks of hamburger patties, enough for 10 meals, which is great because we do a lot of hamburgers and it just makes it so easy that way. I have no cooked hamburger. I've gone through all of that. I had 4 things of diced chicken ready for poppy seed chicken there. So just for 4 meals, that means 5 packages of raw chicken, and they're about in a 2 to 3 pounds. I've started doing them there. I have 3 meals of the pork tenderloins or the pork schnitzel, 3 packages of pork chops bone in, no boneless. I thought I had some, don't. 4 raspberry lemonades, 2 limeades, 3 OJ, 1 Cool Whip, 3 frozen pizzas, 1 of the raw fajita chicken, 6 packages of ground pork, and those are about a pound and a half to 2 pounds each. 1 ground sausage, 1 hot dogs, 1 brats, 4 peppers and onion, 1 corn, 1 mixed veggies, 4 packages of grated cheese. Those are in 2-cup bags. And then my baked goods, 2 chocolate chip shortbreads, 2 sugar cookies, and 1 sausage cheese puffs. So that is what's in my freezer right now. So that feels really good to have that organized now and just know what's in there. I've tried to keep tallies before and like post lists on the freezer, but I can never keep up with it, and I just haven't found that good system. So what works for me is about twice a year, I tend to go through things and just kind of see what I have there and count up different things. This is important for me, like I said, because of the hamburger sales that are going on this week when I'm filming it, and I want to stock up now because I know I won't see a great sale again for a while that I can count on for sure on ground beef, and we use a lot of that. So all right, it's getting close to bedtime. I can hear the kids wrapping up on play. I want to show you the kitchen freezer, so stay tuned and I'll tack that on, but I'll have to tackle that tomorrow. So I'll come back soon and you'll see me in just a sec, and we'll tackle the kitchen freezer, and I'll tell you, then give you the official totals of everything that I currently have in our freezer stockpile. Okay, I'm back. The kids are happily playing downstairs and they begged for 5 more minutes of playtime, which of course is going to turn into 10. So I'm going to quick go through my kitchen freezer now, quick, and pull it all out. Let me flip you around and show you what this one looks like. And let's see, in here again, full, lots of things, but just not organized because I've been shoving everything in. So let me quick pull everything out and get it reorganized and then show you what it looks like and what I found in here. Okay, that was not nearly as bad as I thought, and that actually took me like 5 minutes. So let me show you quick. I really didn't have to rearrange too much. It's decently organized. So let me show you what I got done in here and how it looks now. And here we go. Ta-da! Just more organized. I didn't even really adjust those things. So you can see, like, this is ground flax. If you have been around before. So I use this as an egg substitute. 1 tablespoon of ground flax plus 3 tablespoons of water equals, and I have it here written down if you can see it, 1 egg. So it's just when I'm baking, like I'm doing muffins, eggs are going down in price, but it really is a nice cheap substitute for eggs. So I always keep that in the freezer here that I can use when I'm baking. Some raspberries, puppy chow, guacamole, freeze as well, 1 orange juice. These are Brussels sprouts, so a couple vegetables, some bagels. When Panera does the bagel day on Tuesdays, the baker dozen, where you can get 13 for $8, I'll buy them and then just freeze them. Those are good. Some sugar cookies for lunches, sugar cookie bars, peas and edamame. And then here's the freezer. So a thing of ice cream up there on the top with some tortillas. I did have frozen or cooked ground beef. I had 2 packages left of cooked ground beef. So it was in there, ground hamburger. Just make sloppy joes or things like that, tacos really easily. I have 2 cups. I just did these recently. Those are some sweet cherries we didn't eat, so I pitted them and froze them. And then some blackberries that someone had given me, again, fresh. Just kind of flash froze them there so they are ready to go. In the mornings, I do pancakes. On the weekend, I'll do a double batch, and I freeze them. These are my regular homemade pancakes with chocolate chips. And then we have a Pioneer Woman recipe for hot chocolate pancakes that we serve with Cool Whip. Delicious. So those are there in the morning. The kids, we can grab them for lunch and or for breakfast, and just 30 seconds in the microwave, they're ready to go. So it's great. And then really, this is a couple jar. I had 1 more little half bag of French fries. Again, I got to restock on all that stuff. I did notice that. This is tomato sauce here. And then I have a couple jars of chili, which are perfect size for that right there. And then this really is just, I had a package of bacon in here in the freezer. I had a little bit of salami and pepperoni I'll use for pizza sliders. But then this is cookies. So these are for the school lunches. So what I do when I bake cookies is that I just wrap them. Let's see if I can get one out. In packages of 2 in saran wrap, and then in the morning when I'm packing a lunch, I just pull them out, and each of my kids still just eat 1 cookie, but they have choices then. So these are peanut butter chocolate chip right now, these are chocolate chip, and these are Monster, and then I have those sugar cookie bars on the door. So now, really, again, that did not take long. I have everything grouped in the gallon bags and the bags just to keep it organized, but I feel much better having that all organized. So what does this mean now? Let's talk about it. Okay, kids are playing, like I said, and it's about bedtime, but I'm coming back here where it's quieter to try to wrap this up. Okay, it was a spontaneous project and one that I needed to do. So sometimes when you feel the urge and you go, I have a little bit of time, I could do this, you just do it and get it done. So I'm very thankful to have that done. The biggest thing that I saw was that I really needed to stock up on frozen potatoes, French fries, kind of quick sides, and tater tots. We like tater tots, but those have really gone up in price. So we just haven't been eating them as much, but I'm going to try to watch for sales on those. And then I feel like I'm pretty well stocked on meat. Yes, I could do some more chicken. I don't have a ton of chicken in there right now. I have plenty of pork. That's not a problem. And even though I have a decent amount of ground beef, the 2 big times a year when you see sales are Labor Day and Memorial Day. And so, yes, go ahead and put your pajamas on. Yep, I'll be right there. Myself. Okay, I'll be right there. Can you go pick them out for me?
After I put my pajamas on, can I fine?
Yes, go get your pajamas.
Okay.
Okay, so the 2 times of year when we have the sales are Labor Day and Memorial Day, and this is Labor Day sales right around now. And I know like our Meijer is running buy one get one free, so it's basically half off a package, so it should be right around $2.50 a pound, which is a fabulous price. Not as good as in the days of $1.99, but still very, very good, and I definitely would like to stock up. Someone else is here. Are you in your PJs, Lily? Say hi.
Hi.
So yes, bedtime here. But so I am going to go ahead and stock up. I haven't decided how I'm going to freeze the meat yet. If I'm going to cook it or if I will do some more hamburgers, just because again, I know I'm not going to see a sale for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and stock up on a hamburger. But other than that, I feel pretty good how well I'm stocked. I think my butter should get me up until Thanksgiving and Christmas, which that was my goal when I stocked up at Easter, to last until I hit the next holidays with baking sales. So I'm really excited about that. All right, thanks for joining me on this freezer tour and getting it organized. Okay, everyone's coming. They're ready for bed, so I'm going to wrap this up and we're going to put them to bed. Thanks for joining me. I'm just curious, how often do you clean out your freezer? Please tell me, am I alone? Like this twice a year seems to be about what I'm doing. But I'm just curious, do you do it more, or how do you keep track of everything that you have? All right, thanks for joining me in this clean out freezer challenge. Bedtime here, and I will see you in the next video.